Good morning, my lusty divas and dudes. Happy Sunday. I got my cheap red wine. You all already know that, although I love wine, I don't require nothing expensive or nothing award-winning. I just want some good wine, and I don't give a damn how much it costs. You know what I'm saying? This wine right here is like $4 and some change, and you can get it at Aldi. I think I've talked about this wine before. It's fantastic. But anyway, let me take a sip. I wanted to talk about something that is really, really important in the sex work community. And that is, I want you ladies to know your worth. And I want you to know what you're worth. If you are someone who goes the extra mile just to make sure that, people are happy and people are satisfied and you are giving that positive energy exchange, you want that shit back. You want it back. You don't want to feel like you've given your all and not getting anything in return but disappointment and letdown. Know your damn worth. Know that you deserve whatever it is you put out. Know your worth. I'll give you a prime example. One of my favorite all-time hoes, the best hoe that ever did it, the best hoe that ever lived. There is no other hoe on this planet who did it the way she did it. And to make a legitimate name for herself and also become a cultural icon at the same time, I can't do nothing but honor this bitch. Every single day I honor this bitch. And that bitch that I'm talking about is Miss Josephine Baker. I honor Josephine Baker. And yes, she was a hoe. She was a sex worker. Just from, of course you have, certain historians that will always bring up just the banana skirt, her being a spy, her singing for the troops, her adopting all these kids. That is what historians would say about Josephine Baker. But people that knew her and hung around her and was able to give you firsthand accounts of her all say the fucking same thing, is that this bitch, when she first came over to Paris in 1925, she was a raggedy bitch. She wasn't all that talented. She wasn't all that motherfucking beautiful. But you know what? As quiet as it's kept, she had a motherfucking pimp. Okay? Not in the sense that, us Americans know, but that pimp was that Giuseppe Pepito Abatino, which was her fucking husband. Okay? When that bitch came over to Paris, she had tatted clothes, not necessarily bad clothes, but she was from America and she didn't really have no motherfucking money back then. So when she came over to Paris, she wasn't looking her best. She wasn't all that motherfucking talented. She was a comedian. Yeah, she was, making little goofy faces and all this other shit and, and saying kind of terribly, because I've listened to some of her shit. But she got some guidance and she got some instruction from a motherfucker who knew how to just make the best out of what he had. What he did was he cleaned the bitch up. Taught her how to dance, taught her how to sing, gave her some refinement about herself, give her some class about herself. And I remember reading somewhere that this is kind of a quote that he used to say to her, and I'm just paraphrasing. Men should always want you, but they never can have you. And they will do whatever it takes to get you. You know what I'm saying? That's that pimping. He knew what it was, because he was a gigolo himself, so he knew what it was to be able to deliver and what it was that your buyer was looking for and give it to her. And in the process of cleaning her up and teaching her how to dance and sing, the bitch becomes an international star. An international star. Traveling the world, and of course she had her little bumps and bruises along the way. Yeah, we got to deal with racism and sexism and shit like that in the 1940s, 50s, and 60s, and she had to deal with a lot of that shit. Okay? She had to deal with a lot of that shit. But even at the point in her life where she lost all of her money, she lost every fucking thing. She still was able to get the motherfucking royal family of Monaco to take her and her motherfucking kids in. Bitch, she was rubbing elbows with kings and queens, princesses and shit. So towards the end of her life, when, you know, shit wasn't going right for her financially or whatever, Princess Grace was like, come on in here, bitch, and bring all them damn kids. I got you. That's getting game. And I'm telling you, when you learn good game, that shit will carry you for years. This bitch was able to maintain a fucking phenomenal status up until the day she died. Okay, we talking 50 plus years. 50 plus years, because she was in Paris for 50 years. So she was able to maintain a level of popularity throughout that 50 years. And it all goes back to the instructions she got from her husband / pimp. Know your worth, Josephine. They can't give you less than what you deserve, Josephine. They can't just do to you any type of thing, treat you any type of way, Josephine. If they're not giving you exactly what you want, Josephine, cut them motherfuckers off. Because, bitch, I done got you to a status that is almost motherfucking mythological. Bitch, you wear the best clothes money can buy. Shit designed and made specifically through Coco Chanel. I'm getting you some of the best motherfucking choreographers for your shows. Balanchain, who was like a motherfucking fabulous motherfucking choreographer back in the day. I'm going to set you up with Balanchain. I'm going to teach you how to sing. I'm going to get you some voice coaches. So yeah. You know, I'm going to, and this is the thing, right? This was so motherfucking cold, right? Pepito, who is her pimp / husband, came to like one of her first shows, okay? And he looked at her and he saw potential in her. Now, if you know anything about her very, very first show, it was kind of raggedy. You know, I mean, they had just had all these wild, crazy, just Negroes just running back and forth, and she was doing this like little routine on the floor and everything and shaking and all this old crazy shit. Pepito was like, ooh, okay. Look at that little bitch on the ground. You know, she's limber. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what I can make out of that. You know what I'm saying? And he would follow her around Paris, and he saw that, you know, hey, you know, you giving away the pussy for free. You sleeping with all these French men who ain't giving you shit. You know what I'm saying? They love you because you're a performer and you out half-ass nude and shit. They like you and they want to fuck you and they're going to always fuck you for free. And he said, no, baby, I'm getting ready to change all of that. I'm getting ready to change all of that. I'm getting ready to clean you up from the top to the bottom. And he made this bitch a cultural icon for all of her life. You know, that's getting good game. That's knowing your worth, you know. And I wanted to talk about another hoe. And again, if you subtract the historical reference, she was a hoe. And that's Hottentot Venus, who is Sarah Baartman. She is the woman who came to France with some, I don't know who bought her. They grabbed her from, no, I don't know if they grabbed her from one of the villages or they bought her or something. They bought her, or however they get women like her. You know, so her little village, you know, and the thing about her is that she had a physical disorder which made her buttocks kind of, you know, odd shape, you know, big and up, and, you know, it kind of fucked up her privacy or whatever, her privacy part. So anyway, she met this old lame ass motherfucker, you know what I'm saying, who got her over to France and turned her into a motherfucking circus freak. A circus freak. How much are they paying for these circus shows? A nickel, a penny. You know what I'm saying? So the bitch couldn't be getting no money at the end of the motherfucking day, and then she's fucking with this circus guy got her all butt naked and you know, people, they either grossed out or they motherfucking fascinated by how she looked and they paying a penny and a quarter and shit to see her. You know? Real fucked up situation. Real fucked up situation. And when it all boiled down, she died broke, destitute, and sick. You know what I'm saying? She had, you know, turned into a little prostitute. She had to get out there and do, you know, make it do what it do. But bitch, if all you are used to getting is a nickel and a quarter, these motherfucking men ain't gonna give you no more than the nickel and quarter you've been asking for. So the bitch she couldn't really take care of herself. She became an alcoholic, got all fucked up, you know what I'm saying? That is the prime example of bitches hustling hard and ain't going nowhere. You know, had she had some good instructions or good management under her, that motherfucker would have cleaned her up, put her in some nice clothes, dresses, jewelry, would have taught her a little to sing or to, you know what I'm saying? She couldn't really dance because she was a big woman. Well, she could have danced as a big woman, shit. You know what I'm saying? She could have been out there doing, shaking her shimmy, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, and just doing what she do or become, you know, being a comedian. You know, being funny, you know what I'm saying? Or being an opera singer, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, when you have motherfuckers who don't know your worth and they don't give a fuck about you, they just have you out there doing any motherfucking thing. And before you know it, bitch, you dust. You dust. You gone. And they don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck what happens to you. So I want y'all to always know your worth. Know your worth. Know what you're worth. You know, when these motherfucking men get to talking about, oh, I don't have enough money or I don't have that fee or you charging a little bit too much, you tell them, deuces, you know what I'm saying? You are free to look elsewhere. I'm sorry if I am not in your budget. You know, and just, you know, make it do what it do, you know, but give your best. Always give your best. Always give your best service. Always. Don't ever not give your best. You know, and just enjoy yourself. Enjoy the time that you have. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy. You know? And with that said, you all have a fantastic rest of the Sunday. Oh my God, child, wait a minute. Why is it that every time somebody sees me out in public, I'm looking like the motherfucking crypt keeper? You know, somebody, you know, will recognize me every now and then, and bitch, I have on do-rags, pajama pants, flip-flops, looking like a hot motherfucking mess. And I know they're like, ooh, okay. You know, so it's just like, that's what happened today. You know, somebody who watches my YouTube ran into me today, and I was sitting in front of the goddamn liquor store looking like a bum, looking like I'm getting ready to beg for some change and shit. At 9 o'clock in the morning. But anyway, y'all, you all have a fantastic rest of your Sunday, and I will see you next week. Deuces.